a great video doing the rounds at the moment of Billy Joel playing his own melody from his famous hit We Didn't Start the Fire and tearing it apart, saying basically what a terrible melody it is. And you know, he has a point. The words of the song, very clever, different story, chronicling a year of history at a time, very well done. The melody, not great, in fairness. I'll have a link to that video in the blog if you want to take a look. But I'm bringing that up today because I had the pleasure of playing some Michael Rooney songs at the weekend with the Sligo Baroque Orchestra as part of the Informal Music Afternoon. And Michael Rooney, and I'm sorry Michael if you're watching and you're embarrassed, but you write amazing melodies. I was only talking about you yesterday to a friend of mine and making this very point, and she agreed. You know, the melodies are unbelievable. And so I thought today, what makes a good melody? So here are my 4 tips of how to write a good melody, demonstrated by this Michael Rooney tune, Almost Dún Amaraibh. I'll play it for you first. Good as that. Anyway, back to the 4 tips. Here's the first one. The range should be somewhere around an octave or an octave and a half. So here, for example, the lowest note of the melody from Almost Dún Amaraibh is a G. Highest is an A. Just an octave above it, or just over an octave above it. Perfect range. Not too far, not too short, just nicely over an octave. Okay. Second tip, the melody should move largely in steps, but with the odd leap to make it interesting. So, let's have a look. Just going up in steps again, next line. It's pretty much all steps, maybe with a small leap. Here's a nice leap. Leap just at the end. 4 brilliant leaps in that last line, just to make it interesting. You've had all these stepwise motions, and it finishes off with these lovely leaps. Okay, number 3, you should have some repetition, something that the audience, your listeners, recognize, and a way of holding the whole thing together. So. Second line starts exactly the same. Develops a wee bit. Okay, so there's some repetition. You'll notice also that a lot of the phrases in this song have 3 notes. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the last line. Again, you've got this rhythmic repetition. And then you've got this same rhythm. And then these 2 lines are lovely repetitions of each other as well. Okay, so it's full of repetition, but yet interesting enough to keep your attention. Finally, the last element that this melody has to make it really interesting is that it has a climax. Okay, so it builds to this high point and then comes down from it. The highest point being this A. So it comes up to that A at the start of the third line. There it is. And from there it comes down. Nearly gets back up to it, but not quite. Okay, so the four elements that make this Michael Rooney melody, and all melodies, so beautiful. Number one, it's got a nice range, just between an octave and an octave and a half. Number two, it moves largely in steps, but sometimes in leaps to keep you interested. Number three, there's lots of repetition, both rhythmic and melodic repetition. And finally, number four, it has a climax. It builds up, gets to its highest point, and then gradually brings you down. Thank you, Michael, for that amazing melody. There's a link again in the blog to me playing that with the Sligo Baroque Orchestra last weekend, and also to Michael playing it with June McCormick at Birmingham a couple of years ago. So have a look at the blog, and that's Tuesday Trivia number 6. Thanks for listening.